episode of Tokyo Reds. We're Liverpool fans based in the land of the rising sun, and today we're in very, very, very sunny Oji Park. Beautiful cherry blossoms behind us, very, very nice. And yeah, I'm really happy that the weather's beautiful because yesterday was horrible. But there we go. So yeah, bit of a roundup this week. Obviously, we played quite a few games since the last time. First game that we played was against Everton, which is always good for a laugh, and it was again this time. Liverpool, everybody knows the score, right? So yeah, you know, we won 3-1. It was a piece of piss in the end. John, what do you think about the Everton game?
Yeah, like you said, it was a bit of a walkover, wasn't it? You know, they didn't really cause too many threats. Like we said in the preview, if you just keep Lukaku quiet, then nothing's really coming. Even the goals, lucky. To be honest, it was just a bit of a it was a bit of shaky defending, and then they kind of just, the ball falls to the right person. Kind of like when Chan, remember last season, was it? When he misclears it straight to Lukaku and it goes in. You know, it was one of those goals, like.
Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. I'm just going to say, for the record, like, I predicted it perfectly. 3-1, said they'd score from a corner, but anyway. Yeah, Tom, what did you think of the game?
It was just a good day out, wasn't it? I didn't really feel nervous. Even when they equalised, I was like, oh, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Their defence is that bad. And obviously 1-1 didn't last long. I think it's like 4 minutes we're back in front. Bit of comedy, just the fact, all three of our goals, their keeper doesn't dive for one. He's just, I don't know if he's been watching the Man City keeper or not, I'm not sure. But like, he didn't dive for one. It was just a good day out. And I think I said it to you guys. There was some Everton fan who posted up on Twitter saying, can we just ask the Premier League to start on -6 because these derbies are horrible.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because, you know, they've been playing amazingly well this calendar year anyway. And yeah, I don't know why. When they come to Anfield, they just don't play at all. I mean, you know, you have to take into account that they were missing some big players, so were we. And they were playing a lot of kids, which was a bit mental, to be honest. But yeah, it was a bit easy, but that's fine. Then yeah, so everybody's, you know, hopes was up. You know, people sort of looking very positively, and then we played Bournemouth, and it was a bit shit, to be honest. We were all right, scored a couple of goals, but so did they. So yeah, a bit annoying. John, what did you think about the Bournemouth game?
It was disappointing because we played well. It was just, the first goal was ridiculous though, wasn't it? It's kind of, you just, you know, it's like we just, you know, the day before an exam or something like that, you're trying to revise and then you just completely forget when you get in there. That's what it was like. It was like they spent a week doing these tactics and then the night before they didn't quite study hard enough. And then, I don't know what it is, I mean, we'll get onto it, the Stoke game, but I don't know if Wijnaldum's been paid off to kind of sabotage our season, because the last 2 weeks he's going out of his way just to set them up. But yeah, it was a terrible decision, that back pass. You know, we should never ever have done that. But you know, we still got a point out of it, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, no, it was. You know, it's no. In hindsight now, it's not really that bad at all. But it was quite frustrating at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, very frustrating. I mean, I was monitoring the other matches that night, and obviously at the time Arsenal were winning. I was thinking, oh, if they get on a run, they can still catch us. Man United dropping with Everton, which was hilarious because they both dropped points, draw at Old Trafford. But we were 2-1 up. And I just thought, if we can just see it out, especially what happened when we were away at Bournemouth this season, I was like, oh, if we can just avoid that. Maybe there's a mental thing, I don't know. But like John said, a point, I mean, it's not the greatest, but a point's better than a loss.
Definitely, yeah. He goes on saying that, but no. For me, it was just frustrating because fair play to Bournemouth as well. You know what I mean? But we can't.
How his tactics.
Yeah, they did have a good game plan against us, but like, yeah, it was just frustrating really. But then we pulled one back. A very, very, very good 3 points against Stoke City. 2-1. Obviously you probably already knew that, but if you didn't, it was 2-1. And yeah. Massive. How massive are those 3 points, John?
Yeah, especially with Arsenal dropping. Yeah, it was a big game, but it was a really good performance, to be honest with you, because even though we had that kind of that weird formation that we tried out, it probably wasn't a good idea, to be honest with you, because, you know, we're playing with kids who don't have a lot of experience putting them in a new system. So, well, they didn't play too bad, but as soon as Coutinho and Firmino came on and the structure just kind of reassembled itself, it was just it was beautiful.
It was an absolutely tremendous second half, wasn't it?
It's brilliant. Honestly, the first half was that's horrible, and all of a sudden, all those bad memories from the Britannia away, all those games, it's like, fuck, it's like, not again, not again. Especially now, it just felt like we're in this great position, we're going to choke. But that second half, like you're saying, the impact of Coutinho and Firmino, but also Mignolet, he really steps up. And just the 2 quick goals, the way we turned it around so quickly, I was like, wow, that was just, I think it was too much for them to recover from as well. But yeah, beautiful goal, especially that second one, so beautiful. But sorry.
Yeah,
Garcia-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a stunner by Firmino. Yeah, Mignolet for me was absolutely. He has been really, really good all season, to be honest. Like, he hasn't really made too many mistakes. You know, all goalkeepers make mistakes, but this season's been his best season by miles, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, you've got to take into account Stoke City have been in poor form coming into that, but playing, you know, Klein left wing back and bloody, you know, it was just mental. It was just absolutely mental the way we set up. And I was looking at the team sheet at the beginning of the game thinking, nah, man, this is not going to be good. At half time, I thought this is going to be terrible. But yeah, we turned it around, and it was huge, great resilience, and it goes to show how good those 2 players are as well. So yeah, massive 3 points, very, very good, which takes us on to, you know, it's kind of mad. You play Stoke and then you play Tony Pulis, which is, you know, not very nice. So, John, just how important is this game? You know, because, you know, we've got a bit of daylight between us and Arsenal now. There's daylight between us and United, but they've got 2 games in hand as well. How important is we get 3 points now?
Yeah, it's just that kind of mentality. That's the most dangerous kind of way to look at it now, is every time we do have a bit of daylight, we seem to just like shoot ourselves in the foot. All the games are big now until the end of the season, right? This one I think will be challenging just because of how Pulis sets up. I don't think it's going to be a fun game to watch, but it's massive.
Yeah, fair enough. So obviously, yeah, Pulis, you know, anti-football, all that kind of shit. Yeah, how do we set ourselves up to try? Because we've struggled against low block teams all season, and he's like the king of the low block. So like, how do we break that team down? How do we beat this time?
I think similar to when they came to Anfield this season, just one, get at them, but also to be physical with them, like really, really physical. And if it's aerial play, if it's just, I know it sounds mad, but if it's just like go really physical in the midfield, go for lots of aerial play, even like long shots, just really get at them. It's like John said, it's not going to be a nice game to watch, but just go at them. And it's one of those with the Pulis side. If you get a goal, if you can take the lead in say the first 20 minutes, his game plan goes out the window because then he has to come at you. It's going to be horrible. I think we just got to be physical. Just not long balls, but just lots of crosses in, lots of long shots, and just go with them.
Well, that's it. I think we had a good bit of training against this team at the last weekend with Stoke. People's, you know, the style has changed a little bit under Mark Hughes, but they've still got fucking, you know, Shawcross and all those knobheads there. Do you know what I mean? Charlie, I love it when Charlie Adam comes on, gets subbed again. That's fucking awesome. Well done, Chad Lara. Anyway, so unfortunately, yeah, it looks like Henderson's still out. Lallana's obviously out, and Mane's fucking out for a fucking season, which is annoying, to say the least. Can Liverpool cope with all those 3?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Henderson's been gone forever, hasn't he? So, Mané, I think the biggest one there is Mané, because of just like the impact we saw when he came back from the Cup of Nations. We completely just turned it around. Maybe that's just because we found our form again. So maybe he just came back at the right time. But yeah, he's really important. But I think we've got enough depth for the league because we've got nothing else to play for. So we've got a big enough team just for one competition. So I think we'll be all right. But like you said, I think even if we play like Lucas, Chan, Wijnaldum in midfield, at least they're kind of more physical, like a bigger physical presence, right? So I think as long as we've got that kind of centre, it doesn't really matter how physical the front are, you know what I mean? It's just going to be a battle of the midfield and stuff.
That's it. It's just win your physical battles. That's the kind of game it's going to be, and it grind it out. And if we grind it out a win, I don't care if it's the scruffiest, most horrible win. That's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? As long as we win,
Home goal.
Yeah, whatever. You know, like anything will do. Anything. Fucking sound. Oh, bags are going. So we've mentioned it. We obviously experimented quite a lot before at the beginning of the Stoke game. It failed miserably, but then obviously we brought it back. We got it back. So is what it is. Try the same thing again, or just go the tried and tested as much as we can.
I guess we could try it again, but it's one of those. It depends on like the fitness of Coutinho and Firmino, because obviously they both weren't up 100%. So it's okay. We're going to bring them on the second half and have an impact. But no, I wouldn't. I mean, I understand he's putting the youngsters in, but I wouldn't do that until, let's say, fourth is fine. I'd say don't mess about. Go for your best team. Like say 6 games left. We've got no other competitions. Go for your best team. Do the trial. If it's like, oh, we've got fourth with, say, 2 games to go, yeah, then you do it. But no, not again.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, mate, to be honest. Like, for me, you know, West Brom are going to be a difficult game, but the good thing about it is they've kind of got nothing to play for anymore, which it's the best time to play those kind of teams when they're mid-table. They're not going to get in the Europa League. They're not going to get relegated. So that's one good, you know, caveat of the whole thing as well. So yeah, Hawthorn's always a difficult place to go. John, score prediction?
1-0.
Yeah.
I don't really, you know, I think we'll play off strongest team, because putting the kids out would be, in this type of game, it's not really. If you're playing like Swansea or Bournemouth, where they play football, where they play good football, then, well, maybe not Swansea anymore, but then you can experiment with the youngsters. But this one, it's going to be, people are going to go battered and bruised, so just you might as well put your most experienced, stockiest players out there and just grind out a 1-0 win.
Yeah, fair enough. Tom?
I'm going to say same as Anfield, 2-1. I think there's going to be no special goals. It's going to be very scrappy, probably like an own goal. But I think we'll have enough. We'll have enough, and yeah, it'll be horrible, but we'll have enough to take the 3 points. It'll be a big win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I can't see anything else apart from either a 1-0 or a 2-1. I can see us conceding. I just can, you know, especially from set pieces. I was going to agree with you, Tom. I'm going to have to go with 2-1. I can't change that unless I say a 2-2, which I'm not going to. So yeah, I think it's one of them where the sort of quality sometimes doesn't. You know, you can lose the game by not, even if you've got the much higher quality. You know, it's like we say, it's anti-football. You know, so we've just got to go out there. I like I say, close them down quickly, hit them hard, and hope for the best. And I think we'll do them. I do think we'll beat them. I think Coutinho's been amazing at the moment, and Firmino's playing very well as well. So I think we'll just have enough for him. So there we go. So let us know, what do you think the score will be down in the comment section below. If you haven't already as well, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And there's a little bell next to the subscription button. If you press that, it'll give you an alert to your phone or whatever to let you know when we have got a video out. And yeah, get onto Facebook and Twitter as well. We're always on there every day. Tom does a fantastic job on that at the moment. So yeah, get on that. And yeah, we will see you next week after the West Brom game. Up the Reds. See you later. Bye bye.